So with me now, here live in Los Angeles, is a member of the House, U.S. House Democrat Jennifer McClellan of Virginia. Welcome to The Story Is. Good to have you here in Southern California. The fact that you are here in Southern California is an indication of the fact that the House is not in session. If this bill, what's been laid out tonight, ends up before the House, how would you vote?
Well, if this bill comes forward, I already voted on all of the pieces of it except for the Department of Homeland Security bill. It was a separate bill in the House, and yet they were stitched together for the Senate to vote on, and I'm ready to vote for the provisions I already voted for. I am not going to vote for DHS funding without very significant reforms to deal with this public safety crisis that ICE and DHS and the Republicans have created.
What are you hearing? Do you think that we're on the precipice of a deal? Do you think that this deal is going to get done to keep the government open? I mean, we may have a couple days where there's a partial shutdown, but I mean, more or less done by Monday?
I think so. I think Republicans recognize that what's happening in Minnesota is a tipping point, that the Trump administration has gone too far, that they're losing the trust of the American people, and that the reforms that Democrats are putting forward actually are popular with the American people. You see no other law enforcement agents who hide their identity, who don't show their ID, who wear masks. And a lot of what we see ICE agents and Border Patrol agents doing, you would never see other law enforcement officers do without investigation, without being held accountable. We're just asking that you have the same thing happen with ICE.
And it seems pretty remarkable how the politics on this has changed pretty quickly, hasn't
Yes.
it? I mean, and you feel that with your Republican colleagues?
Absolutely. I don't know why it took the deaths of 2 American citizens when over 30 people have already died in ICE custody in 2025 alone. We have seen before the TV cameras showed up in LA and Chicago and Minneapolis, we've seen across the country where this overly aggressive activity with ICE agents has created this fear in our communities among U.S. citizens, people who are in this country legally. I saw in my own district people who were doing what they were supposed to do, going to courthouses to pay traffic fines, who were basically kidnapped by ICE agents and deported. We've seen, children snatched, and this 5-year-old kid who now is sick in an ICE detention facility. The American people are very concerned about what they're seeing.
Well, let's talk about ICE detention facilities, because there is a proposal to build one right next to your district.
Yeah.
It's a 500,000 square foot potential ICE detention facility. You're opposed to this.
Absolutely.
Don't they have to go somewhere? I mean, what are we supposed to do with this?
Well, first of all, I think part of the problem is this arbitrary mass detention, deportation quota that the Trump administration seems to have. And they are putting people in facilities with very poor conditions that are not meeting medical care that the detainees need, that are not providing sanitary conditions. I mean, they're warehousing people. And this facility in particular is a warehouse that ICE wants to come and convert into a detention center. And we have already seen, whether it's other facilities in Virginia or other facilities across the country, where the conditions are deplorable, where they're putting human beings, including American citizens, including people who are in this country legally, who are being detained in violation of their due process rights. And it is so bad that Hanover County, which is a Republican county, itself, their board of supervisors came out and said, we don't want this here. And they're hoping that ICE reconsiders.
Another big news story in Virginia that's also a national news story is the question of redistricting, congressional lines. We have seen this already happen in Texas. The Republicans there changed the lines for Congress to help Republicans. Here in California, the response, Democrats changed the lines to help the Democrats. In Virginia, the Democrats want to change the lines to help the Democrats. Right now, it's a 6-5 split in terms of Republicans or Democrats and Republicans. You want to move it potentially to a 10-1 split or a 9-2 split, depending on the map. How is that fair? And when does this whole thing end?
So I wish we didn't have to be here at all. But let's remember how this started. This started when Donald Trump bullied Republican legislatures to do mid-decade redistricting because he didn't think that the Republicans could keep the House any other way. And so rather than allowing that to go unchecked, I think we need to level the playing field by having Democratic states respond. So the Virginia redistricting amendment actually is very narrow. It says it's temporary, that it is only in response to other states changing their lines mid-decade absent a court order, which is exactly what happened in Texas. Again, I don't want to be here, but we can't just sit back and let Donald Trump change the rules of the game and not try to level the playing field. And at the end of the day, it'll be up to the people of Virginia. This is a constitutional amendment that will require them to vote to approve it in a referendum.
Which is what happened here.
In
California, and it passed overwhelmingly here in a largely Democratic state. You think you have the votes?
I think we do have the votes. There's a poll that just came out either yesterday or today that showed that 51% of the people support it.
Well, it'll be interesting because these things could determine who controls the House ultimately, because it could be close. And we see other states like Florida trying to move for more Republican districts. So we're seeing this happen across the country. Congressmember, thank you so much for visiting us during your Southern California. I hope you enjoy our weather, at least.
I do. It's 17 degrees at home.
Yeah, so
nice change.
Enjoy it. Nice to see you. Thanks for sharing your perspective.